Good morning.
Morning.
What are you doing up so early?
I'm working. And then there's coffee and breakfast in here if you want it.
You made breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fool. I must be dreaming. My, Fletcher Reed, you must have slaved over one hot oven this morning for this, huh? What are you working on?
The Barbados story?
No. Fletcher, no, you're not.
Yeah, sure. I got almost the whole first draft completed already.
You're not going to really print this story, are you?
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Oh, Professor Boswell, thank you so much for seeing me on such short notice. I want to apologize for being gone last month and also to explain what it was.
Annabelle, there's no need for you to explain
Oh, yes,
anything.
there is.
No,
I need
there
to...
is really no need. I just spoke with Dean Flint, and I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. You've been fired.
December 13th, 1984. To the board of directors from Warren Andrews, President, Spalding Foundation. This year's charity Christmas ball promises to be an even greater success than last year's. We, at this writing, have already 34% above the promised pledge total, due mainly to the personal fundraising of the Baroness von Helkheim. Accordingly, I move that the board honor...
Excuse me, Mr. Andrews.
Yes, come in.
Miss Von Helkheim is here to see you. She insists on seeing you right...
Mrs. Phillips Spaulding now.
Perhaps you should make a note of it.
But she will, before, after she shows you out. Good day, India.
Yes, it is. Shall I call security, Mr. Andrews?
Oh, dear.
No, thank you, Peggy. I can deal with Mrs. Spaulding. What are you doing here?
Don't look so shocked, Warren. I figured you'd be familiar with what I'm about to ask you for. I need your help.
This portion is presented by rich, delicious Folgers Crystals and by Bounce. Not Bounce as you know it, but new super soft Bounce.
The towels are the same. The dryers are the same. But what happens when all these dryer sheets go behind closed doors is definitely different, because only one, Bounce, works harder. In the dryer, only Bounce releases 3 softeners in a formula no other dryer sheet has. Result, softer clothes. Which sheet softened best?
Bounce. Bounce did make it softer. There is a difference. Bounce. Bounce. Definitely Bounce.
With unbeatable static clean control and an irresistible fresh scent. Bounce. Works harder, so your clothes feel softer.
The special richness of Folgers Crystals. Now, discover that same richness in new decaffeinated Folgers Crystals. The only decaffeinated with Folgers' rich aroma. And those dark, sparkling crystals that burst into Folgers' deep, rich flavor.
That is rich.
Discover new decaffeinated Folgers Crystals.
I could sit here all night.
On second thought, I think I'll help Jane with the dishes. They're too greasy to do alone.
No, not with Dawn. Dawn works hard to take grease out of your way.
Even gloppy spare rib grease?
Dawn pulls it right off. Helps keep it off. See?
You forgot this glass.
Thanks.
You're not going to wash that after all those greasy dishes.
Oh, I just did.
Oh, it looks as clean as the others. Not greasy.
Neither are my hands.
With Dawn, who's afraid of grease. I'm going out. Then again, I just might hit the hay.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
My help? You're right. You're right. It does have a familiar ring to it, but familiarity breeds contempt. And that, my dear India, is the only thing you'll be getting from me.
You don't even know what I want yet.
It doesn't matter. The answer is no.
It doesn't affect your precious little bank account.
It doesn't matter. I can't bear the sight of you. Now get out of this office.
Thank you. I'd love a cup of coffee.
Help yourself. It's cold.
And some other time. I need your help.
If you need help so badly, why don't you try to get it from that poor young man you trapped into
Leave Philip
marriage?
out of this.
Don't tell me there's trouble in paradise. Is there? Well, what's the matter, India? You haven't heard bells yet? Isn't this marriage working out as you planned it to? I mean, that's the only reason I can imagine you being here, tearing yourself away from the marriage so early. Would you like the name of a good counselor?
No, thank you. I'd like to get down to business. The sooner we do, the sooner I go.
Talk.
I want you to appoint me as the chairperson for the Foundation's charity Christmas ball.
Out of the question.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
No, India. Santa says you've been a very bad girl this year. Go home. Forget it.
Warren, I'm Mrs. Philip Spaulding, and you'll do exactly what I tell you to.
Lock that, Liz.
Yes, sir.
Here are your comments, Mr. Marler, on a Baker acquisition.
Oh, great. It's very quick. All right. Looks very good, very neat. Very efficient.
A try.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're passing with flying colors.
I want you to know how much I enjoy working for you, Mr. Spaulding.
Well, Liz, I certainly enjoy having you.
So thoughtful. So appreciative. I just know we're going to work well together.
I think we already have.
You are so much better looking than the picture your father used to keep on his desk.
Did you know my father?
Oh, yes. I worked at Spaulding for 5 years.
I want you to do something for me. You think you could put a list together of people that my father worked closely with? That he thought of as being very loyal?
I could sit down and write up a list.
Good.
But it might take a little time.
Oh, that's no problem. We got lots of time.
Can you believe that witch? Oh, Miss Bagel, I have the answer.
Put your hands down, Mr. Howard. I'm trying to have a class here.
If Annabelle doesn't come back, I don't know what we're gonna do. Has Miss Bagley been this bad all along?
Oh, worse. She is dull, she's uninformed, and she's unfair.
And she's unattractive.
And nobody got above a B- on the midterm.
Listen, I am sorry for dragging you in that class.
Hey, man, I'm glad you did. At least I'll know never to take her class.
I wish I'd known.
Yeah, now, Annabelle was a little flaky, but she's nothing compared to Miss Baggett.
Why are you talking about Chaucer in a drama course? We're supposed to be studying Antigone.
No, she knows more about Chaucer. She does, because she grew up next door to him.
Hello.
I just had a terrible thought.
What if Miss Bagley gives us the final?
Then it's finals for us. Okay, come on, I'll buy you a drink. A little root beer straight up, all right? Take care.
You know, I just can't believe this is the class that Beth was going on and on
It was
about.
so much fun when Annabelle taught at IQ. I'm really glad that Beth isn't here to see this.
Oh, brother.
How's she doing anyway?
Better, I think.
Good. She was so depressed last time I saw her.
Well, she's having this new kind of laser treatment, and they think it might restore her eyesight.
Good.
You know, and she's real excited about it.
That is great!
And she's going to the school for the blind, and her whole attitude is better.
Where's the school?
It's across town on 7th Street. It's called Horizons Unlimited. I take her there every morning.
How do you think she'd like some visitors, huh?
I think she'd like that. It's no fun for anybody to be alone all the time.
Yeah. Good, maybe we can go see her together.
Sure.
Well, sure, Rick, as long as your new girlfriend doesn't mind too much, that is.
Tanya, I don't have a new girlfriend.
Don't be shy, Rick. We all know. What's your name? Rhonda, huh?
No, Roxy. Roxy Shane.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
I just found the greatest present for Mom and Dad. I'm trying it out right now. Yes, it's a real neat one-piece phone. It memorizes 10 phone numbers, hangs up when you put it down, has a 16-foot cord, and it was on sale for only $19.95. It'd be great in Dad's workshop. Of course, they could always keep it in my room.
The 10 memory phone on sale for $19.95, only at Radio Shack.
If you make hot cocoa for your kids, you've probably used a mix made with sugar, with saccharin, or both. Well, this is sugar-free hot cocoa mix from Swiss Miss. No sugar, no saccharin. To appeal to your good sense, but rich and creamy to appeal to your good taste. Swiss Miss sugar-free hot cocoa mix, good taste, combined with good sense. Try Swiss Miss sugar-free hot cocoa mix.
We're Beatrice.
Out here, a man needs Wrangler styles and easy fit. This is no place for pants that pinch or shirts that bind. Good-looking, good-fitting Wrangler goes anywhere, anytime.
So live it to the limit in Wrangler.
Give it to the gentleman right over there.
I can't seem to forget you. Your wind song stays on my mind.
Wind Song Perfume by Prince Machiavelli. To make really fresh-tasting spaghetti sauce, pick this. Or pick Ragu Chunky Garden Style, the garden fresh taste of chunky tomatoes, peppers, mushrooms. Ragu Chunky Garden Style spaghetti sauces. That's Italian.
On The Young and the Restless, can Jack and Ashley keep Dina's past a secret?
What about Dad?
What good would it do for the old man to know now?
The old man to know what? What are you two talking about?
And Mark confronts Dina about the future.
Dina, I thought we should talk one more time before we meet in court.
Weekdays.
Oh, hi, Min.
Hi. Hello, all. Excuse us for a minute.
Sure, Mindy. Buy you a root beer.
On the rocks. Check you later, man.
Well, did you hear the rumor that Miss Reardon is back?
Yeah, I think it's just that, though, man. I think it's just a rumor.
Oh, I hope not. Because I really liked her teaching. Don't you?
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Do you remember our first day of class last semester? Well, before everything happened, before we went to New York, and before we got the incompletes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember then, though? You helped me study to catch up.
Mindy, why are you doing all this remember and win stuff all of a sudden?
It's not all of a sudden. It's the best time of my life. And I just like to remember it.
Well, don't you think we should think about things like the present?
I couldn't agree anymore. But it was just so much fun when it used to be you and me and Philip and Beth.
Have you seen Beth lately?
No, not lately.
Well, you have seen her since the accident, haven't you?
I meant to.
Oh.
I have. In fact, it was one day when I started to go over to see her, but the whole idea of her blindness just made me uncomfortable.
I think it makes everybody uncomfortable.
I'll go see her. I will, but I'm just trying to decide what I could talk to her about, you know? I mean, what do you talk to a blind person about? I can't ask her what movie she's seen lately.
Mindy, just talk to her about what you normally talk to her about. Okay?
Did you hear? I just walked past Annabelle's office and she's back. Uh-oh.
Please take your time gathering up your personal effects. I know how difficult it can be to have
Professor, please let me explain. I know you'll understand once I tell you. There were extenuating circumstances, and there really wasn't anything that I could do about it.
I doubt Dean Flint will see it that way. See, what way?
Tony.
Oh, maybe I should leave you two alone.
No, I have to explain this to you. Tony, Professor Boswell just told me that I've been fired.
What?
Come on, you can't do that. Annabelle's the best teacher the university has.
I don't think this decision has to do with my teaching ability.
No, it has to do with conduct. Running away to some tropical island without notice is not the kind of conduct that we expect from faculty members.
She was helping people that were in a lot of trouble.
Professor, this was not a vacation. I was trying to track down a killer. We were almost killed ourselves.
Annabelle, please, let's just stick with the facts, all right? Now, whatever reason you had for going, it was still unprofessional. And you haven't finished your dissertation. After being granted an extension, I might add. Now, that in itself is grounds for dismissal.
Yes, I know that.
And the dean had to replace you with a substitute at great expense and effort to the university.
I'm so sorry that this had
Yes, I'm sorry,
happened.
too. You had the makings of a great teacher.
Well, come on, this doesn't mean that she still doesn't.
But she does not exhibit the conduct suitable to a faculty member of this institution. I have to agree with the dean's assessment. You're just simply too much of a risk for this university.
Professor, I swear to you, nothing like this will ever happen again.
I personally guarantee
Annabelle, please.
No, isn't there something that I can say to make you change your mind?
No, I'm afraid not. The decision is final. You're out.
You can't print this story.
Why not?
Because you said you wouldn't, that's why.
No, I may have implied that I would.
You implied to Alexandra... Alexandra Spaulding that you wouldn't, now didn't you?
Ramsey, listen, my job is on the line here. I've been promising my editor for months that I had the story about a mystery cottage. Now, if I don't start producing copy real soon, Bernie's going to make my next assignment on the unemployment line.
Fletcher, the mystery of the cottage is over. Piper is dead. Hillary's death has been avenged. Now, why do you want to drag this whole thing up again?
Because it's my job. My job is to report facts.
Mm-hmm. What if these facts hurt a lot of people?
These facts can help to save thousands of innocent people a lot of money, too, you know.
How?
Because Brandon Spaulding had another family, and this family may someday want to claim all or part of Spaulding Enterprises. Now, don't you think the employees and the stockholders of Spaulding have a right to know that? It could affect their entire future.
Fletcher, you think the Baroness is really going to do something to hurt her company? Now, do you?
Maybe yes, maybe no. But the public has a right to know.
Granted, the public does have a right to know. But what about Alexandra? Does she know that you're printing the story? Does she?
No. But I will tell her. Now, that is what I promised.
What if the Baroness works it out in such a way that nothing happens? What if nobody gets hurt? What if everything goes on a nice even keel? Then you won't have a story now, would you?
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be ready just in case it goes the other way.
So, what happens if the story does break?
Well, I become famous. Correction, more famous. Remind me to get a haircut, all
Bernie
right?
just sends you off on the next assignment wherever the news breaks, right?
Yeah, that's the usual procedure.
Fletcher, you're just gonna leave me, aren't you? Just like that.
Mom, how do you know who to send Christmas cards to?
Well, there's the people you love.
Like Grandma.
Like Grandma. And there's friends that you miss.
How about new friends?
Sure. That's especially nice.
I have someone I want to send a Christmas card to, okay? Okay.
This Christmas, the people you love would love to hear from you. Don't forget them. Give Hallmark Christmas cards when you care enough to send the very best.
A touch for making hair look beautiful takes years of practice. But when you perm at home, you can have that touch too with Lilt. You see, it's all in the roll-ups. Only Lilt has these amazing sponges. They grip better, roll up better for more beautiful hair. Lilt sponges put a professional touch right at your fingertips. And I had to practice for years.
Now look for specially marked boxes and save 75 cents instantly on Lilt's Professional Touch at participating dealers.
Hot, homemade cookies you can't get out of a bag. Chewy, gooey cookies made with Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey, hot and drippy, chocolate chippy, making homemade fun with Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Hot out of the oven, Duncan Hines cookies. Chewy, gooey, oozing with chips. Fun to bake cookies you can't get out of a bag.
Ooey, love them chewy, love them hot, and love them gooey. Duncan Hines is chewy, gooey, homemade good.
Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey.
Homemade good.
We'll continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
Tonight, a mystery writer turns Magnum into a detective legend.
I could die.
Yes, you could. That could be short-lived. And an adventurous uncle gets Simon and Simon stranded on a foreign isle.
Could have been worse.
I don't know how, but
Good point.
then on Nuts Landing.
I wasn't talking about putting her in an institution.
Did you come here to take me to lunch or take me away?
Tonight.
This is CBS.
You know what it's like during the holidays. Someone is always dropping in. Ho, ho! As always, they'll expect plenty of 7-Up. So if you get a lot of unexpected guests, get a lot of the only taste that will do for Christmas, 7-Up. After all, the more, the merrier.
Spend your holidays with 3 great stars in 2 great movies.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You work in the city?
No, I'm married.
I'm married, too.
Robert De Niro and Meryl Streep. Falling in Love. Rated PG-13. And Eddie Murphy.
How you doing? Disturbing the pizza got thrown out of a window.
Can I stay for a while? Because I ordered some pizza.
Beverly Hills Cop. Rated
Falling in
R.
Love starts Friday at the Mall 4 Beverly Hills Cop now at Cine 2 Theaters in Mankato. You're at home on Channel 12, KEYC Mankato.
This portion of Guiding Light is presented by Mountain Grown Folgers. Folgers is the best part of waking up. And by Love's disposable diapers. Your baby's comfort begins with Love's.
Will you just hold on? Huh? I'm not leaving anybody. I haven't even finished this job
If
yet.
you finish it, you will leave. I know you.
Ramsey, just calm down, all right? Please calm down and let tomorrow take care of itself.
No, that is too risky, Fletcher. I want to plan our lives.
Plan what?
I want to plan for the future, Fletcher. Look, I know I've been too busy since we came back to even talk about anything. I've been thinking about what Ed's offered me this job, and that's exactly the kind of thing we should be discussing now, whether or not I should be taking this job. Now, what do you think,
Now,
honestly?
hold on right there. Now, listen, if you are waiting and depending on me to make your own decisions for you, you forget that, huh? If you want that job in the trauma unit, just go ahead and take it.
I'm not talking about my job or your job. I'm talking about us, Fletcher. Claire Ramsey and Fletcher Reed. Remember them? They fell in love. Now, how do you expect me to make any important decisions now without discussing them with you first, huh?
What are you talking about?
Us. I want you to move in here with me.
You can save your threats for Philip. They don't work on me anymore.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to threaten you. Warren, I really want this job, and I know I can do a good one at it. Please, if you'll let me.
What prompted this, Cynthia? This sudden surge of latent noblesse oblige?
It isn't a sudden whim. Warren, duty and benevolence have been ingrained in me since I've been a child.
Uh-huh, right along with blackmail.
If you really must know, I'd really like this job to show Philip that I'm interested in the company, the Spaulding name, and that I can help him.
The only thing you're interested in is taking over the helm and plotting a course straight for India. Well, you can forget it, because it is not going to happen. There is no way I'd let you get involved with foundation business. Not at any level.
I'm already involved. I married Philip.
Barely, it would seem.
I've got the certificate.
Marriage to Philip does not equal marriage to this foundation. Now, I answer to Alexandra and to the board of directors. Philip may have his little vice presidency over there at Spaulding Enterprises, but it carries no weight here. No weight at all. Do you understand? So before you threaten me again, you better check your facts first. I'm surprised you would even suggest such a move.
Why?
Because Alexandra will be back in Springfield very soon. The last thing she would want is your involvement with Foundation business. The fact that you've married her nephew will infuriate her enough.
Oh, don't worry about Alexandra. I'll handle her.
You haven't so far. Now, you've wasted enough of my morning. Get out of here.
You cannot treat me like this.
I just did. And I'll tell you something. It feels wonderful. You have got nothing on me, little girl. Absolutely nothing. Now, I know you've got the tape, and I know that it clears Blue Jack, and that it implicates Philip in the explosion at the club. I won't hesitate to tell Blue Jack, or even Alexandra, if I have.
You wouldn't dare.
We'll see. Now, get out of here.
I suggest you think about this and change your mind.
I think you can show yourself to the door.
I am somebody in this town. And someday I'll run this Spaulding fortune, and I promise you, Warren, when I do, you'll be the first to suffer.
Don't count on it.
Remind me to tell Bonnie how much I love her outfit, no matter how many times I see it.
That's her sorority outfit. Oh, did you hear her say that Mrs. Reardon is back?
Yes, not a second too soon. A few more days with Miss Bagley and my face would have broken out. Do you think I have enough blush on?
Well, double my pleasure. What's your name, darling?
Bonnie. And this is Tanya.
And what are you majoring in?
Education.
Well, teacher, teach me.
Excuse me for a minute. Excuse us for a minute. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be back at Louisville keeping an eye on Roxy Shane. I am talking to you.
Hands off the merchandise.
What are you doing here?
I had to drop off some papers for Trish down the road, so I came by here to check out the action. Okay? I sort of like what I see.
Don't flatter yourself. You can't even get Roxy's attention.
It's only a matter of time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Roxy hits the ceiling every time I mention Bauer's name. Something's not quite right between those two, that's for sure.
All right. Keep up the good work.
Well, you can count on that, Sue. In fact, we might cover a lot more ground if we were working together. How about a date?
Get over it.
Mindy, aren't you going to introduce us to your friend?
Well, Johnny Taylor works for my Aunt Trish.
Yeah. We haven't known each other long, but we gotten real close. Real fast. Mindy. Well, well, well. Congratulations.
What? My friend.
Well, nice to meet you anyways. I'm Rick Bauer. Rick Bauer. I'm Johnny Taylor. I've heard a lot about you from my very good friend, Roxy Shane.
Tomorrow morning, millions of babies will wake up happy and comfortable because now there's a whole new generation of diapers.
There's my girl, all smiles because your nightie isn't wet.
Sure stays comfortable. New loves.
Introducing the diaper that stops leaking better than any other shaped diaper in America. In identical situations where the other diapers soak through, New Loves doesn't. Why? Because Loves are thicker, more absorbent than ever before. Besides, Loves have 2 rows of gathers instead of 1.
I think new loves is turning our little girl into a morning person.
Come on. More comfortable loves. Raise your hand.
For protection that helps you feel dry all day, raise your hand and reach for Sure.
Confident, confident, dry and secure. Raise your hand if you're sure.
Imagine the pleasure of Folgers rich mountain-grown coffee. Now imagine it decaffeinated. Introducing Folgers new decaffeinated coffee. The only decaffeinated coffee with Folgers' enticing mountain-grown aroma. That superb mountain-grown blend. That delicious mountain-grown flavor. Outstanding. The pleasure of Folgers, now decaffeinated. Imagine that.
I remember when I could barely do 6 sit-ups. Today, I'm teaching aerobics. Now that's a change for the better. I used to buy separate detergent and fabric softener. Today, Bowl 3 detergent plus fabric softener is all I buy. I know, 1 product instead of 2. Look, Bowl 3 got a towel like this, really clean, really soft. And I'm not stuck with static here or here. Bowl 3 leaves everything in great shape.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Johnny Taylor. You're Roxy's old boyfriend. Beyonce. Oh, we were practically walking down the aisle when Roxy's sister came and dragged her back to Springfield. Made Roxy lose her head for a while. But that's when she got together with you. But we're working things out. She'll be my blushing bride before you know it. I thought you left town. Nope. Got me a job down at Lewis Oil. Well, I must see Roxy about 10 times a day and night. Put in a lot of overtime together. Minnie, can I talk to you for a minute?
Rick.
Now. Well, girls, I'd love to stay and chat, but I got some real urgent work to do. I sure hope we get to meet again real soon.
Me too. Bye.
How did this greaseball get a job at Lewis Oil?
That's exactly what I said when
How?
I found out. I don't know, it seems that Aunt Trish promised him a job when she and Granddaddy went back to Tulsa to bring Reva back. Took Trish up on her offer.
That's great, Minnie. That's terrific.
Well, don't blame me. And Daddy's the one who hired Roxy. But you can't blame Johnny for wanting him to be near the woman he loves. You don't think that's going to cause any problems, do you? No, of course not. I mean, if Roxy says she's yours, then I'm sure she's yours. You don't have a thing to worry about, do you?
Put it on ice, Minnie.
Open the door, please.
Ross, is that you?
Of course it's me. Will you open the door?
Yeah, just a second, Ross. I'll be right there.
Now, Philip, do it now.
Ross, I'll be right there. Hold your horses. Good grief.
Philip, I said...
Ross, I'm coming. Hold on.
Door, please. Philip!
Yo. Hey, Ross. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable.
It would seem someone already has. Would you excuse us for a moment, Liz?
Yes, sir. Mr. Spaulding, I'll be right outside if you need me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that file we were discussing. Thank you, Liz. Something I can do for you, Ross?
For starters, you can explain to me what the hell has been going on in here. This is an office, not your private playpen.
We were working. Well, if you don't believe me, here, take a look at this.
I don't know how, and I certainly don't know when you managed to do this, but it looks like good work, and frankly, I'm stunned.
Well, I don't know why. I told you I was taking this job very seriously.
With your secretary on the proverbial office couch? Don't hand me lines like that.
Don't worry about it.
Philip, who are you trying to fool, anyway? Not me, I hope, because I know you far too well.
You're making more of this than there was, okay?
Am I? Nice. tell me something, Philip. How long did it take for you to get over Beth? I'm assuming for the moment now that you are over Beth. And what about that nasty business with Mindy and Tanya? And not to mention poor little Gina. And now, as a married man, you stand there and you tell me not to worry when I just found you and caught you messing around with your secretary? You're either very naive or very stupid, perhaps both. And I can't help but worry about you, Philip, because I love you.
I know that, and I appreciate it. But I just wish that you wouldn't worry about my private life, okay? Do I try to intervene in your private affairs?
I'm not married.
Well?
You are. And that's another thing. This marriage to India, your sudden preoccupation with work, your entire attitude all strikes me as a very strange turn of events. Now, is there something you want to talk to me about?
No.
Positive?
Yes, I'm positive. Trust me, Ross, everything is great. Couldn't be any better. Might not be the best time to give you this, but, I wanted to be teacher's pet.
You still are. I can't believe that I'm not coming back here anymore. I'm really gonna miss this room. Looking at my students. And I'd give them something new to think about. How their faces would light up when some concept would sink in. What am I gonna do?
Come here. You're gonna come home with me, and we're gonna figure out what to do.
You know, I thought the worst was over. And it's just beginning. Oh, that house. Conrad, the tall. I let them consume me. I let them take over my life. And now they've taken away from me the only thing I really wanted to do with my life, which is teach. Some psychic I am. I didn't even see this coming.
Come on, it's not all over now, right?
Tony, you were right, and I should have listened to you. I should have given up all that stuff. I shouldn't have gone running off to Barbados on some wild goose chase.
Wait, that wasn't a wild goose chase, and you know that.
No, you were right all along. And if I'd listened to you, I'd still have a career now.
I think you still do. Who's to say you can't get another teaching job, a better one?
And you know what? Maybe I'm just not cut out to be a teacher. Maybe I wasn't a born teacher. If I had been, I wouldn't have gone running off to Barbados. I would have given some thought to my students, which is what a teacher does.
You do. How many times have I gotten mad at you because of the way you cater to these kids?
Well, that's just the job.
That's exactly. It's a job that you love to do. What about the time you got up at midnight to help that kid with his term paper? Hmm? Or our friend, the football player, that you gave 2 makeup exams to so he could stay on the team and keep his scholarship?
Albert?
Yeah, Albert.
You know, I think that Albert finally understood Coleridge by the final go-round. He's in the pros now.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You taught Coleridge to someone that didn't want to know it, right? I mean, you taught him something he didn't have any head for at all. Now, in my book, that makes you a good teacher. damn good.
How'd you get to be so smart?
I got a good teacher.
And how is it that after everything I've put you through, you're so wonderful to me?
Because you love me.
Goodness, for the club luncheon, I have to make the dips and the sauces. But I have a secret. Shh. Hidden Valley Ranch salad dressing. It's so versatile, it makes a delicious dip, a creamy sauce for vegetables, and a tasty change from tartar sauce.
Delicious dip, Helen.
Oh, and I love your fish sauce and that fabulous vegetable sauce. I must have the recipe. Sorry. That's my secret. Oh.
Hidden Valley Ranch. It's more than just a salad dressing.
Wake up, toys, or you're gonna miss Christmas Eve with the Kodak disc. Someone got the family a Kodak disc. Just look at all the shots they're not gonna miss. There's never been a time that's better than this to give someone the Kodak disc.
Give someone the Kodak disc camera this Christmas, and if they don't think it's the easiest camera they've ever used, Kodak will give you your money back. Money back.
So when you go out and shop, just remember to stop.
Get someone the Kodak disc.
It keeps you awake when they start to bake. The wonderful smell of Downy Flake.
Downy Flake waffles have a wonderful way of getting you awake in the morning. They toast up crisp and delicious, and that bakery smell makes them even more delicious. Downy Flake waffles, a great tasting part of your balanced breakfast.
It gets you awake when they start to bake. The wonderful smell of Downy Flake.
I don't usually go for macho types, but in Johnny's case, I'll make an exception. He's really hot. Oh, Bonnie, if his neck was any redder, they could make lipstick out of it. Ignore her. She's afraid she'll melt. Mindy, please set me up with Johnny.
Bonnie, he's not worth it. Trust me.
Come on, Mindy, please, please.
All right. I'll set you up.
Thanks, you're an angel. You're a sneak. Everyone knows you're using Johnny just to get Rick back.
I am not.
Oh, I understand. I'd be mortified, too, if my boyfriend dumped me for the tramp of Tulsa. You've got to be strong.
How do you know Roxy Shane, anyway? She doesn't go to the university.
I doubt she even went to high school, but it doesn't take much of a breeze to blow trash around, if you know what I mean. I heard Tanya asking Rick about her.
Tanya? How? Oh, and she wanted to be my friend, too. How dare she go snooping around like that? A psych major. They just can't keep their noses out of other people's business.
Yeah, she was wasting her time with Rick. I could have given her all the dirt.
What dirt?
Oh, I saw Rick and Roxy at the country club a few weeks ago. She looked like hired help. But it was obvious from Rick's expression that he was quite taken. I hope I didn't upset you.
No. Me? Upset? Don't be ridiculous. I hate to see Rick make a fool of himself, though.
It is sad, isn't it? I mean, he used to be the nicest, most popular boy in school. Mm-hmm. But after this episode with Roxy, well...
That's just what I tried to tell him, and he wouldn't listen.
Well, I think you should try again. If you can't help Rick from himself, nobody can.
Let's go over there and surprise her.
No, I think we should call first. She may not be ready for any surprises right now, Rick.
Yeah, I think we should call before we go.
Come on, everybody, listen up.
Yo.
I just heard from Kim Stoneman in the dean's office that Annabelle Reardon has been fired. Effective immediately. Can you believe this?
Oh, no! That means we're stuck with Bagley for the rest of the term.
And next semester.
Wait a minute. It doesn't have to be this way. We can do something about it.
Fletch, we have enough room here. You know that. That two-car garage.
I can't live with you.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have suggested such a thing. Look, I don't mean to be pressuring you into anything.
I know that you're not trying to pressure me. But I still can't live with you. That's a very big deal. It means a commitment. I just can't live with someone without marriage.
Marriage? Hey, I'm not ready for marriage, no.
No. No. Listen, me neither. You know, I'm certainly not the marrying kind.
Yeah, I know.
Well, hey, listen, it's all settled, huh?
Yeah. It's all settled. Oh, I was just thinking about Barbados and how close we got. Piper and the caves and pool. You do remember the pool, don't you, Fletch? Hmm?
Yeah, I'll never forget that. But it was a fantasy. That was a wild and crazy adventure. We can't live our lives like that. We're in Springfield now. This is reality. Our reality. I write, you heal, it's what we are. And no matter what happens with my article and with your job, we can't get any more serious. Our relationship has gone as far as it can.
I really don't think we're going to have any problems with Ross. He's not going to make any waves.
But what did you say to him?
Liz, it doesn't matter what I say to him. He works for me now. Now finish.
But still,
Look, Ross is hardly in a position to throw stones. For God's sake, he's living with his receptionist. I think that makes us look tame.
Where does your wife fit into all this?
I told you, my wife and I have a marriage that is, wide open. Okay?
So's your door. I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all. Come on in.
I'm Mrs. Spaulding. Who are you?
This is Liz Atherton, my secretary.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to my husband alone, so you can close the door on your way out.
Certainly.
Would just be a minute.
I'll be right outside if you need me.
Fine.
Oh, my, Philip, she's a lovely girl.
She really is, isn't she? And she's very good.
Oh, at what she does? I'm sure of it. I've met a number of Liz Athertons in my day. They seem to breed them somewhere.
And surprisingly enough, a few get what they want out of life. But in this case, she's going to be very disappointed.
What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be off decorating our dream house so that we can start living happily ever after?
I've been busy. There's lots of bills.
How much is it going to cost me?
A hell of a lot more if you continue telling the stenographer we have an open marriage. I won't stand for it.
Quick, what's the only thing that tastes this irresistibly rich, incredibly thick? Quick, what's now so easy, so chocolatey, creamy? Quick, what gives milk spark, delicious, dark? It could only be Nestle Quick. Irresistible Nestle Quick.
Put sparkle in your Christmas. It's easy with 14-karat gold from Sears.
Now's the time to save 50% on all our dazzling gold chains, charms, and eye-catching earrings. Our junior blanket cloth robes and pajama sets are only $16.99 each. Also for juniors, from $9.99 to $24.99, silver unicorn blazers, coordinating pants, cozy sweaters, and cotton tops. Come wrap up a beautiful Christmas.
Picnic. Even my chips are flat.
How about Ruffles potato chips?
Ruffles have that extra something more taste. That's what it is. Ruffles have that extra something more taste. Reach out to reach.
Those famous ridges, they're like flavor curves that give Ruffles brand potato chips extra taste.
These taste better.
Ruffles are Which is above the rest.
Dogs everywhere love this classic.
Milk-Bone does for you. Crunch, 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 crunch. What no soft food can do. Crunch, 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 crunch.
And each crunchy bite
Crunch, 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 crunch.
helps get teeth clean and white.
100% nutritious Milk-Bone dog biscuits help scrape away tartar for cleaner, whiter teeth.
I love you a bunch, so to lunch, here's a Milk-Bone with a classic.
Crunch. Milk-Bone dog biscuits, the classic crunch food for over 75 years.
Nabisco.
Sunday
The murder of a Soviet agent.
threatens to explode into an international incident unless Jessica can solve the murder. William Conrad guest stars on Murder, She Wrote. And on the Jeffersons, Florence sings the blues when her minister tampers with the till.
The man saw the money. The man wanted the money. The man skipped town with the money.
Then on Alice,
Dum-da-dum-dum.
Mel goes undercover to round up a gang of rustlers, but it's the girls who get corralled. And Trapper John won't give up on a patient who's given up on himself.
I don't know if he has the strength or the will to handle another surgery.
All Sunday.
I'm warning you. If you make our marriage a public mockery, you'll regret it.
Well, my. Looks like the queen bee of hypocrisy finally feels stung. Where was all this concern for appearances when you were slumming around with Warren Andrews?
That was before we were married, and things are different now. And, we have to at least look happy, or people will be suspicious.
I don't care.
No?
No.
You don't care if someone becomes curious and starts digging around?
Not a bit.
Really?
No.
Oh, and what if they find out the real reason you married me? Now, Beth may be blind, but she's not deaf.
And I'm sure there are a number of people who would gladly tell her that you're responsible for the explosion, not Lou Jack.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, if it does, you can only blame yourself.
This is a point that you've made before, India.
Yes, I know. But you make your point to Miss Atherton. Now, we wouldn't want her getting her hopes up for nothing, would we?
I'll tell you what. If you don't want an open marriage, that's fine. You can consider it closed. India, I hope you like celibacy, because that is the extent of what you'll be getting from me. Close the door on your way out, please. Liz, you want to come on back in?
All right, I'm ready to go.
Annabelle, we just heard what happened. We're sorry.
Yeah, that's right, Professor. Not fair at all.
What'd I tell you? Huh? Thank you. Well, all of you. It means a lot to both of us that you came by to say goodbye.
Oh, we didn't come here to say goodbye.
No way.
We came here to tell you that we are not going to take this thing lying down. We're going to fight for your reinstatement.
That's right. You're the best teacher in the school.
No
You
way.
can't
We're not
leave
gonna
it
let it
like
go.
that. No, it's unfair. It's not right. It's just not right.
So, after I rewrite this thing, if I ever get it printed, I'm gonna go right out of the country, I guess. You know, Bernie, he'll either send me right to Europe or the Baroness, she'll just have me railroaded right out of Springfield. So, don't worry, huh? I'll be in touch. Hang in there, Watson.
Yeah, you too, Sherlock.
Touch you and make your mouth woman. I'll give you my love with sweet surrender. Tonight our hearts will beat as one, and I will hold you, touch you, and make you're my woman tonight.
There's something in your eyes I see. A pure and simple honesty.
Up in the Rockies, I found a place where people really take pride in their craft.
My granddad made these.
They're beauties.
Want to see how they're made? Got some hot coffee on.
That's good coffee.
Back to Maxwell House. Decaffeinated.
If a decaffeinated coffee tastes this good, good to the last drop, it couldn't be anything but Maxwell House. Looks like you got a customer.
Oh, that's my granddad. He's just checking up.
It couldn't be anything but Maxwell House.
Whites with whites, colors with colors. You sort your laundry. Now sort your bleach. That's right. Regular bleach with whites, new Vivid liquid bleach with colors. Vivid color-safe, fabric-safe bleach is made especially for colors. Pour it on stains, then in with your detergent. Vivid safely removes stubborn stains and brightens colors. You sort your laundry. Now sort your bleach. Regular bleach for whites and new Vivid liquid bleach for colors.
This has been Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salons, South Southwest, and Barney's. Furs by the Christie Brothers. Be sure to be with us tomorrow for another full hour of Guiding Light.
Good afternoon from CBS News. This is Newsbreak. Defense Secretary Caspar Weinberger today flatly denied that he wants to freeze or cut military pay. Weinberger said such reports are untrue and, quote, unfair to the troops. Mr. Reagan met with Weinberger this morning to work on the budget. The president wants about $8 billion out of defense. Weinberger reportedly only has found about $6 billion. Yesterday, heart transplant patient William Schrader complained to the president in a phone call that his disability check was delayed by red tape and could the president help. Today, Mr. Reagan called again, and the check is in the mail. Now this.
Prego spaghetti sauce, made with real herbs and spices and all natural ingredients. If you're looking for homemade taste,
it's in there.
Tens of thousands of people terrified of another gas leak poured out of Bhopal, India today in what a government spokesman called an exodus unheard of in peacetime. In this country, retail sales climbed nearly 2% in November over last year, but store managers say Christmas sales still are lackluster, and they're counting on last-minute shoppers. And those who pride themselves on being able to name all of Elizabeth Taylor's husbands soon will have their job made harder. She is engaged again to businessman David Stein, and he will be number 8. I'm Susan Spencer, CBS News, Washington. More news later on this CBS station.
This is CBS.
Knowledge, dedication, adaptability, enthusiasm.